Welcome back everyone to a new episode of building a theme park without game passes. And as you can see behind me, I have made a little bit of progress as I've said between the episodes, and I have continued with the mountain and just put in the roller coaster. It's not that special, just goes around in the mountain and just goes into this barrel. But today we will be continuing with the Roman Empire area. So let's just get straight into that. So this whole mountain is going to wrap around and sort of just connects to the down area right here. So it's going to be a smooth transition. And we are going to be building a lot of houses on top of the mountain and around just everywhere. So I'm just going to try and make the first house. I'm taking inspiration of sort of these Roman houses, which I think should be possible theme park Tycoon 2. There's definitely going to be some playing around with some pieces, but we'll just see, right? So we have just a flat surface right here, and we are probably going to make like 3, maybe 4 versions and just copy and paste them all around, since we can of course use the copy and paste tool. Let's just start with some primitives, since we do not have to go in most of these buildings, and we are probably going to be using either the brick texture or we use the pavement. And I'm not 100% sure. I'm kinda actually going to the brick texture, which I'm stupid for saying that, but I'm probably going to use mainly this. Of course, we're going to add a lot of detail to this building, so you won't be seeing the bricks the whole time, but I think this is probably the smartest. So this is probably going to be the biggest building of them all, and I'm now just sort of placing the sort of outline of them, and from what I can see, it sort of looks like this. And luckily we also got of course now a lot of like these brick poles and everything which we can use, which is also quite nice. So we need to change some of the colors. From what I can see, the bottom row is sort of like this reddish color. I'm not really sure which one I should use. I think something like this should be good enough, and let's also paint this. There we go. And I know the roof has like those sort of shingles, but yeah, we're not going to be able to do it in theme park Tycoon 2, so it's probably just going to be a flat roof like this, with of course always a nice added rim around it. And this roof is some more of an orangey color, maybe. Ooh, I'm not sure about that. Ooh, I think this is the right color for the roof. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and work with this. Now there are a few details that we can add to these buildings, which are like letters, signs, and some other few things. So let me try and see what we can do with that, since right now it's not looking too good. And to create a little bit of depth, I am going to try and create some rooms that actually have an interior, just so, well, hopefully that's going to create some, well, depth into the building, since otherwise everything is very flat. And we can also add some like detail in here, like some barrels. And let's add some doors, as we can see on the picture. And I'm just going to try and add a little bit more detail to this, since yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to one-on-one copy over, of course, the image that we're using. So I'm going to use a little bit of, yeah, self-made stuff to it, so it looks a little bit better. But why is the texture on the walls different than on this? Why does that look different? Sometimes this game, guys, is so weird. Like, what is the difference between this texture and that texture? I paint them the same. I guess we're just going to try and add some wood in there then. I think that actually looks kinda nice. Now I think here it is, the vines, I hopefully are going to add a lot more like detail to it. Well, I'm not allowed to put it on that there, but I think this is definitely going to add some more greenery to it, which it definitely desperately needs. I know it's flying, but from a distance you don't see that. And right now I am just going to add a lot of random detail, as you can see, to the building. I know it might not look that Roman anymore, but I think if you're going to have a lot of these buildings, and of course I'm going to build multiple times, I hope it will look fine. I am trying my best to make it look as much as possible as Roman, since of course a building like this is easy to be made since it's very old, but these buildings are just a little bit more challenging, and I'm trying to make it work, which, well, as you can see, is a little bit difficult sometimes. But I think with what is possible without any game passes, it is not too bad. I think if we're going to add like some roads and some stuff to it, and well, let's just first make a couple of more of these buildings before we're going to do any of that. So let's make this platform a little bit bigger so we can build some more houses. I'm just realizing I cannot copy over signs, so I might have to remove those for now and add them back later, so I can at least copy and paste this over. This one building is 183 items on one building without any game passes. That's insane. And now that I of course built the first building, it is pretty easy to, well, copy over all the things I use from this building to the other one. I might have to use maybe some other small tricks to make it actually work, since as you can see, these walls have to be different to fit in these and just those little things, but for the rest it's not too big of a deal. We'll just hang some grass from the top and ta-da, it looks fine. And I'm going to add a little bit of a different roof in front of here. I think these mesh roof, if they... Why does that remove the rim above? Oh, I don't like this game anymore. Why do they go away? Well, yeah, that's just, I guess, how it's going to be then, since pain. But okay, I do think this does look a lot better like this. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. And what we can do, hopefully, to hide that is just place some barrels in front of it. Of course not. No. Why am I even thinking that you're able to do this? Well, the thing is, I can make it straight. I think that's the best I can do, and if you just don't look at it too closely, you don't actually even see it. No, that's fine. It's just that this is a bit empty, but oh well. That also means we now have our second-ish Roman building completed. I am trying to make them, of course, as Roman as possible, and once I've put down the buildings, I will put, of course, some more pots. I will make some roads, some trees and nature, and hopefully then it starts to look a lot better. So, well, now we have these two buildings. Let me also group this one. There we go. So now we have two different buildings. I definitely want a few more. So let's get building. So I hope I'm able to get like a small edge. Yes, these ones. This is like a small edge. So we can add like this to it. Ooh, I like that. There we go. That actually doesn't look too bad somehow. Let me then also just quickly finish this building off, since, well, now it doesn't look too good.
A few minutes later.
And that should be one of the last pieces for, well, also the third house now. And I think that actually looks alright. We now have like 3 completely different buildings, as you can see, and I'm kind of liking this. So this building is now 126 items. This one is 183 and this one is 110. I think I'm just going to build 3 more houses. You guys now understand how I make these, so let's just build those really quickly in the form of a time lapse. There we go, we have all the Roman buildings, and as you can see, I've built a couple more than I said, but I just really enjoyed building them, and it went actually quite fast. And well, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Roman buildings, all vary in shape, sizes. I built like this, which is supposed to be like one of those bathrooms, or like the spas they used. Like, of course, very small, but in the middle it's less supposed to be open, but you get the point. Yeah, there's some different shaped buildings, and this is probably one of my favorites in terms of shaping. You're actually able to, well, look inside, as you can see. I also added the nighttime lighting, so that's now also there. Well, there is one thing left to do, and that is to actually, well, start placing these around. The main village is going to be here at the bottom, so I guess we can already maybe make a small start on that. And just to show, like, I'm really going to limit, like, this building here is 250 items, which is the max for, like, the group. This building here is 171, this one is 177, this is 145, 150. Like, these buildings are a lot of items, as you can see. And well, the more I build, the more detailed they became, which I think is really nice. So yeah, I think if you have like a village is like this, I'm not sure if you show this to a person and say like, this is a Roman village, like, Okay, yeah, I guess I see it. It's very difficult to work with the colors since I don't really have the exact color Roman buildings are normally, but I think you can sort of see it. And the thing is, I can make these a red roof, but then my problem is these buildings here have already a red roof, which I don't really want to do. So that's why I'm changed it to this color. And how I'm going to connect exactly this part to here is a problem for later. For now, I'm just going to try and make... How am I going to make this go down here? Probably with another staircase or something. And I guess I'm just going to make a staircase that's sort of does this, I think. This hopefully works. Yeah, I think that works. And I actually want to change up the paths here. And I'm actually thinking of using pebble guys, which I'm not 100% sure yet, since, well, first, this, the color is just like this here isn't too bad of like a gravel-ish looking path. So I think like compared to the buildings, this might be actually looks pretty nice. Going for this. First, before people are actually going to walk here, let's block this off since we do not want people to walk here yet. Since guys, this here is not open yet. Yeah, this whole area is going to be a lot of... I'm just go away. This area here is going to be a lot of path with, of course, those houses, and it's going to be some, yeah, down-ish feeling, or supposed to be like that. So before I actually add any of the paths, or before I add most of the paths, let's first place some of these buildings. Otherwise, the paths are going to be a big pain. So I'm just going to be placing some of these buildings around, and we'll also, of course, have to, well, detail this right here. There we go. I have now placed most of the buildings, as you can see, at least once. So now we have sort of like the town square right here, and I guess for now we're just going to fill everything as much with path, and after that we can start to add like some fountains and some flags and just some more like actual like city decoration. And why I've not placed any like buildings here is because the coaster is also supposed to be going somewhere around here. I haven't really thought about where that goes. It's probably going to go to the left, and it's going to maybe go a little bit over actually the area. Okay, well, now that we have all these buildings, let's do one more thing, and that is going to be at least try to continue with this turn, which is supposed to be something like this, but the path is going to be in the way. So let's remove first again all of this path that we just placed. There we go. Okay, so if I'm now going to go up again and just rotate this piece completely, it is maybe not going to be the smoothest since it is quite a tight turn, as you can see, but I am planning to go somewhere around here. What is the coaster going to be doing? Of course, we don't have unlimited speed since, well, the height where we started is there. We haven't had a lounge actually, but I am planning to just have like the turn go around here and then have it like again a turn. Sort of it does the exact same as what it did in the building, which is maybe a bit boring, but that is sort of what the room I have and what I have to work with. I'm not going to go in inversion this time. I don't think I should be doing that again. So this is of course then in the building, and now we're going outside of it again, and now I'm actually wanting to go over some of these buildings. I am already scared to think about what I'm about to do, and I'm scared that we're going to get a lot of, well, you need to buy. There is already something here. But what do you mean there's something there? What is there? There's nothing up here. Huh? Oh, guys, I have another stupid... Oh, no, I have a thought, which now that I'm thinking of, I probably should not be even trying, but let's try it. There we go. And now we are going to go up and rotate it all the way to the other side. That's, of course, at the hard line. Now it's letting me do this. That's great. Okay, let's see. Can I go all the way to 180 degrees? Because we are going to add somewhat of a stall up here. Now that I'm looking at, I'm scared it's too high. I need to go lower. Okay, this is going to be challenging, and it's going to take a little bit of time for me to figure out everything.
3 days later.
And then from this moment it's of course going to, instantly roll back, and then I'm not sure where the coaster is going to go. And then I probably want to go into an airtime hill over the path. I'm not making my life easy, am I, Diamond? No. But, yeah, I just want to have a cool looking roller coaster. Let's hope I can move it to the side. I can actually, great. And then we're going to go down like this. So you have like an airtime hill going over the path right here. And then it goes, I guess, inside of the mountain where the second lounge, yes, you're hearing it correct, the second lounge is going to be, but that's for, well, another day. There we go. So, okay, we have extended the roller coaster. Supports are going to be impossible for this, now that I'm looking at it. I hope I've built it in a way that I'm going to be able to place some supports on here. And if not, welcome to this flying roller coaster. But, oh, that looks awesome. When you enter this area, you have like the roller coaster going straight over your head. Now there is one last thing, of course, to do, and that's to actually have a look at the POV. And I hope it's smooth. I wouldn't be surprised if it has some, well, rough spots at some points, which of course I'm going to fix. But let's just have a look at the POV of how it is right now. So this is, of course, still the same as you've seen it last time. We have the drop into, well, this sort of also not a stall, I guess. Then this is all new. Inside of the mountain, we have like an overbank turn. And then we go into this barrel. Everything is actually quite smooth. As you can see, we don't have that much speed. So I hope we're actually going to have none. Otherwise, I might have to hide some like boosters somewhere. And here we go. Uh-oh, guys. Bad news. It's going way too slow. Okay, well, I guess that means since I'm not able to change any of the operations, I don't have that, I am going to need to place a booster somewhere. Now, where? I'm going to try and build a very small boost section right here, which is probably not smart since of everything around it. At least the building itself does not seem to be a problem. So we're just going to add a small boost section right here, which isn't too weird for a roller coaster to have it. Yeah, that's not going to work. That means I do have to sort of redo, well, this part here. Let me do that real quick. All right, let's then have a look at the POV. So here we go. Of course, we've now added the boosters, and well, this is still the same. I didn't really want to change anything with the boost since I think the speed that you go through all of this is pretty good. And then we are here at the boosters. There we go. We're definitely going a lot quicker now, which I think is good. And then we have the stall, which is pretty smooth, and we're going with a pretty good speed through it. And then we of course have that airtime hill into the mountain, where we're going to be building a lot more in the next coming episodes. But for now, I think we have done quite enough. We have made a lot of progress. Next episode, we probably will be finishing the whole Roman, well, empire. Probably, yeah, decorate everything, put some supports in, and then after that, probably finish also the mountains. And yeah, that's not looking too good. So guys, I want to thank you for watching. I might also work a little bit behind the scenes on just the trees and just the mountain itself, since that isn't too exciting. So guys, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe on my channel. And I will say, as always, goodbye.